Hello guys, this is going to be controversial. okay I don't know, like, am I ready to cause all this controversy? I mean, I'm all the way in Europe, so I mean, what better time to drop a story with me being in Europe? Okay, I'm not gonna be back for a while anyway, so, and when I do come back, your girl is moving. A lot of y'all have asked me, well, some of y'all, not really a lot of y'all, have asked me, like, Imani, what happened to your story times? Like, you haven't done any story times, like, yada yada yada. Like, you used to really do story times. Like, we want to know what happened with this, we want to know what happened with that, we want to know what happened with this. And I remember I told y'all in one of my story times that I would be discontinuing story times for a while because I just did not want, like, a lot of drama and stuff. Like, my story times, I did not do story times to start drama. I did story times to tell y'all, like, the foolishness that I would go through. Like, literally, that's it. Like, that's it. I would change people's names and everything. So it's just like, I don't understand why people were just so upset. I'm trying to figure out, this has been a long time coming, and I'm sorry that I'm rambling because I need y'all to understand this is gonna be like maybe like a 3-part series. All right, let's get into it. Part 1, the background story and what some of the things that has transpired. So once upon a time, I was talking to a guy that went to Florida State. Now we are going to, his name is going to be Judas, okay? Y'all, I'm so petty. His name is going to be Judas for obvious reasons. And me and Judas was talking. I want to say some of my timing might be off because I tried to, like, go back in my phone and get exact dates, but I just couldn't. So I want to say, we're going to say, like, in the fall. I don't know exactly when. I think I could say it's October, but don't quote me. So we started talking in the fall or whatever, me and Judas and I. And everything was all cool. Like, it was fine. Like, me, I feel like, can y'all see me? Y'all know I be making these ghetto contraptions here, okay? Y'all know I'm still in Barcelona. When I'm still in Barcelona, I'm on my phone, so I don't want to hear no complaining. But basically, I'm trying to sit up. Me and Judas from Florida State were talking, and you know, he was perfectly fine. Like, he was, I saw, like, me and Judas, like, making it official. So I was like, you know, he seems like a really good person, as did Judas the disciple, just like a really good person, you know. And I was like, well, it's time for me, well, it's time for Judas, it's time for you to, oh my gosh, meet my best friend. Now, a lot of y'all do know that I don't have, like, blood sisters. I am the only child, which means I take friendships very serious. I take friendships very serious, and I'm a very loyal person, and I love very hard. And it's serious when I decide that you get to meet my best friend because, for one, my best friend doesn't like everybody. Like, she just don't. Like, y'all know Precious. She don't like everybody. And so I feel like if she likes you, then you must be a good person because she just don't like everybody. It's not like she mean to everybody. She just don't like them. She's just like, you know, I'm not feeling her. I'm not feeling him. So I was like, okay, well, let me, you know, it's time for you to meet my best friend. So me and my best friend drive all the way to Florida State, and we meet him. So there's some red flags. Some of this story gonna sound so stupid when it's coming out my mouth, y'all. Just bear with me. It's a whole bunch of red flags. This part 1 gonna be like 30 minutes because it's a lot. So yeah, we go down to Florida State, and she meets Judas, and she's asking him hella questions. It's so funny. She's asking him so many questions, and he's doing, like, a really good job, like, answering questions about, like, his future, his plans, what he want to do, what he believes in, about his family, yada yada yada. Kind of like when you have somebody meet your family. This is basically how my best friend is meeting Judas. So boom, she meets him, and now it's a little red flag going on. Like, we're at his place for like a while, and I'm thinking that maybe we could go out to eat or whatever. Oh y'all, my nose. So he's like on his phone like all of a sudden, and I'm asking him because he played a sport. He played basketball for Florida State, and so he was like, hey, you know, we talked about me coming to one of his games, but I told him, sorry y'all, I told him that I'll only go to one of his games because I didn't want to seem like a groupie. Like, you know, you can't really take these men serious out here, okay? You can't put all your eggs in one basket, especially when it comes to athletes. So I told him I'll only come to one of his games. That I'm not gonna be here for his season, and then I find out that he's talking to some other girl, then I'm gonna have to fight him, then I'm gonna fight her. Like, it's just too much. So we said, like, we discussed like one game that I would go to, and this game in particular, was it in February? Let's say it's in February, because I don't think it was in my birthday month. I'm not sure. I don't think it's my birthday month. Let's say it's in February. So I don't know, February. So boom, we say that I'm going to the game, and probably was whatever. We're gonna say it was in February. Okay, it was a game in the season, but it was like a game that was further away. It wasn't like a recent game. So we agreed on I'm going to the game in February. Yada yada yada. I don't even, is basketball season even still in February? Hell, I don't know. Y'all know my man's play football. I don't know. So yeah, so I'm like, okay, well, make sure like you put me on will call, yada yada. So then my best friend there at the time was like asking him like, oh, like, are y'all gonna go to any games? Did you invite her to any games? Like, she already knew the answer, but she just wanted him to like confirm, like, yeah, she's coming to the game in February, da 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 da. And she's like, oh, okay. So all of a sudden, like, he's texting somebody, and this girl I see him like putting people on his will call, like, online through his phone. I'm acting like I'm talking to my best friend, but I really, like, God gave me peripheral vision. Like, I don't know, men just, guys really be thinking I got boo boo the fool written across my forehead. So I'm saying that he's putting somebody in, he's texting somebody, this girl, I don't know this girl. She's not gonna pop back up in the story, but it's just a red flag. So I see that he's texting this girl, we're gonna call her Lala. He's texting this girl Lala, and she got hearts in her contact, like emoji hearts. Yes, y'all, emoji hearts. The pink heart with the sparkle, the yellow sparkle. We're gonna call the girl, yeah, the pink heart with the yellow sparkle. So Lala got that, and I see him like, what the heck? Like, he texting this girl. I'm like, okay, I mean, it could be something like I'm crazy, but I'm not that crazy. Like, I keep my craziness in my mind. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm not gonna make a big deal out of nothing, because it could be his friend. It could be like, I'm not about to do all that. So next thing you know, like, I see him putting on, as he's texting the girl, I see him putting like his he's like, oh snap, I gotta do my will call list for this game coming up. And I was like, oh, okay. So me and Precious start talking, and I see he's putting in the will call list for the game, and he puts the same girl that he's texting with the little sparkle hearts, Lala. So then wait for it. Y'all, this story gonna get good real fast. I'm sorry, I'm just so excited to let y'all know the foolery. So he puts that in, and that sparks red flag. I'm like, wow, okay, whatever. So we continue talking, da 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 da. And so he's chilling, and all of a sudden I see him texting, and all of a sudden he gets a call, and he's like, what's wrong? He's like, hey, and it's his teammate, and he's like, what's wrong? This call. He's like, what's wrong? And you hear his teammate like on the other end of the line, but we can't really make out what was going on. So he's acting all concerned, like, you know how you have your friend and you went on a bad day, tell your friend to call you in 5 minutes so you can get out of it? Yeah, it's one of those situations. But like I said, he thought we was boo-boo the fool. So he gets that, and he's like, what's wrong? Oh my gosh, I'll be right there. And we're like, what happened? He was like, oh, something happened. Like, I gotta go handle something with my teammate. And I was like, oh, okay. And so this is how he was looking at us. So yeah. And we were like, okay. And he was like, he was basically like, y'all need to get up, y'all need to leave. And so I was like, we'll just be here when you get back. And so it was kind of like that, you know, that P. Diddy meme, like, we'll be here when you get back. And he's like, no, you won't be, goodbye. And so basically, like, he ends up, like, saying that we had to leave or whatever. And so that rubbed my best friend the wrong way. And it definitely rubbed me the wrong way, because I was just like, that don't make no type of sense. Like, She was like, did he set that up? He set that up. We not stupid, but it's okay. That ain't no problem. That ain't no problem. So we're on our merry way. We take the road trip all the way back home. Does he text me saying that? Was he like, oh, you made it safe, yada, yada? No. Fast forward, okay? Now, this is like months go by. We're still talking. Everything's still good, right? I visit him, yada, yada. We're still good. So it comes the weekend of his game. And we get into an argument. I can't remember what for. I can't remember that time what for. It wasn't like an argument because I'm not really like an arguing type. I'm not about to argue with these boys out here. But it was kind of like a disagreement. So it wasn't even that deep. And this was on Friday. His game was on Saturday. So we get into a disagreement on Friday. And I didn't hear from him. It was on Thursday. I didn't hear from him all day on Friday. So I'm like texting him, like making sure that he got me on like will call or whatever. I'm just like, you know, I don't really hear from him. Like, what is going on? Mind you, like he was acting a little weird like all that week. He kept saying his mom was calling him and da 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 yada yada yada, which is actually very smart. Well played on your behalf, Judas. Well played. But guess what? I get smarter, bitch. So, oh, Judas got another thing come for him. So Judas kept saying his mom is calling him, and like me being a person is like I'm never gonna come between nobody, especially no son and his mom. I'm just like, okay, well you just call me back, da 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 da. He kept saying his mom was calling, which I mean I understand, you know, cause my man he talks to his mom a lot, so I'm not gonna be like I'm not gonna trip over it. So that's I guess why he used that lie that his mom was calling him, you know. So Friday comes, I don't hear nothing from him. So I'm like, dang, I'm talking to my friend. I'm like, well, I did promise him that I would come to one game out of his season. And I mean, even though we've gotten into like a disagreement, I don't want to be like, I'm just not going to come to your game because we're disagreeing. Like, that's really not cool. And, you know, I'm a woman of my word. So if I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. And I was just like, okay. So I was like, well, I have another friend that goes to Florida State that I've known in high school, but I haven't seen her since high school. So hopefully she won't like hang up in my face when I call asking her for a favor. So I called and I was like, hey girl, I'm supposed to be, I'm like updating her, like we're talking, yada, yada, yada. Like we talked before high school, but I was just updating her on like who I was talking to and this, that, and the other. And she was like, and I wanted to know if she knew any tea, but she didn't know any tea about him. So I was like, okay, so maybe I'm just tripping. Time moves forward. She's like, okay, yeah, I can get you in the game. Just go ahead and come down here. And I'm like, okay. So I go all the way to Florida State for this man's game, okay? Child, whatever. I go all the way to Florida State to this man's game, and I'm really happy because I get to see my friend from high school. I haven't seen her. We didn't even go to the same high school. Like, we knew each other because we lived in the same, like, county, and she, yeah. So, dang, what we gonna call the friend? I mean, it sucks coming up with names. We gonna call no, I already got a friend named that. We gonna call the friend Beyonce. We gonna call her Beyonce because she real cute. So I haven't seen Beyonce since like forever. So I'm just like, you know what? Let me just, you know, I get there. I'm like, oh my gosh, hey, like we're chopping it up. I'm like, yo, I haven't seen you in so long. Like, how are you doing? Yada, yada, yada. And she's like, yeah, how long have you been talking to him? You know, she's like, yeah, don't worry about it because I'm late, like always. We're both late, actually. Me and her, like, pull up at the same time. It was just hilarious. And I got kind of lost because, you know, I didn't know where, like, the what's it called? The basketball court, the arena was. So we pull up at the same time. We're like, oh my gosh, you know how like girls are. And I was like, oh my gosh, well, we're late. And she's like, oh, it's no problem. I got some more friends down by the court, and they got us some good seats, and they're saving seats for us. And I was like, oh, bet. And I was like, oh, I get to meet her, like your roommate, because I always see her roommate on her Snapchat and everything. She's like, yeah, she's down there too. So I'm like, okay, bet. And we get down there, and I meet a roommate, and I meet like 2 other people. And one of the girls, she was really nice. Actually, like all of them were very nice. And which I love because I'm like such a nice person when I meet somebody. Like I'm always nice when I meet somebody because you never know. People at my school, people at Georgia State be having bad attitudes, and that's why I don't have like a lot of friends at Georgia State, because girls got bad attitudes there, and I hate it. We're like chopping up, talking, yada yada. So the girl's like, you're pretty, and I was like, oh, thanks. And we're just talking, and all of a sudden, I don't know how we got on the subject, But all of a sudden, what we gonna call the girl? We're gonna call the girl that I met. So we got Beyonce, my friend from high school, from a long time ago. And then the girl that I met, we're gonna call her, Allison. There we go. Like him. So I don't know how it came up, but in the sum of things, I basically told her that I was talking to one of the guys, because she asked me where I went to school and stuff like that, and then like how me and Beyonce knew each other, and I was telling her, and I was telling her that I was talking to one of the guys, and she was like, that's my best friend. And I was like, huh? She's like, yeah, that's my best friend. He's my best friend. And I'm like, so I get on my phone and I'm texting Precious, of course, y'all. I'm texting Precious. And I'm like, big, guess what, sis? I done met his girl best friend. We in this bit now. She could give me all the tea. So I was like, she could give me all the tea, and she's super nice. And so Precious is like, yes, sis. Because, I mean, I like making new friends. I hate girls be like, no new friends. Like, I love making new friends. I'm just a friendly ass person. I love making new friends. To this day, me and her are still friends. Like, we are actually very, very cool. Very close. So I'm like, yes, girl, yes. And Precious is like, yes, girl, can't wait to meet her. She's super nice. And, you know, so we're talking about her in a nice way. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So she just mentions that, and we don't really talk about him, like, anymore. We're, like, talking about, like, other stuff, like, I don't know, there's all types of stuff. So fast forward, it's almost the end of the game now. And I end up telling her, she's like, oh, do you want to, I'm pretty sure you want to see him after. And I was like, yeah. And she goes, oh, well, do you want to come? She was like, do you like margaritas? And I was like, margaritas? Like, what? Like, this girl finna be my best friend. I was like, yeah. And she was like, do you want to come to happy hour with us? Because the margaritas at happy hour are $2. And I'm like, what? I'm like, happy hours? I literally, like, when she said that, I was like, happy hour? Say less, sis, say less. I'm down. So Beyonce's like laughing. I'm like, you don't understand, like, we about to be friends, because she's literally just like me. I would be the type of person to invite somebody to happy hour, because I love margaritas. And so, come to find out, so does she. So I was like, yeah, I bet. She's like, okay, but we can see him, like, you can see him after, and I'll tell you, like, where to stand so you can see him, and then we can go to the place and get the margaritas. And I'm like, okay, I'm down. Like, friends. I'm their friends. So we meet up after. We go stand at the place after, and I see, like, you know, other girls, like, standing and waiting, and I'm just like, hold on now. So I asked her, I'm like, he's not talking to anybody else, you see, because if I see that he comes out of here and one of these girls run up to him, we could just leave right now, because I'm not finna be looking stupid, like, at all. And I'm not with the drama at all, because I'm really quick to just be like, whatever. So she was like, no, he's not, like, you're fine. I'm pretty sure you're fine. And I was like, oh, okay. So we're waiting. He comes out with somebody, someone who's his mentor, like someone like older or whatever. And so we're waiting, and like literally y'all should have saw his face. When he saw me, this man was like, no, when you done caught a nigga doing something they're not supposed to be doing, and they like this on their face, but they try to lie to make it up. Yeah, so he's like very surprised, and he's like stuttering. He's like, what why are you here? Like, and so he goes, why are you here? And I was like, well, we both agreed that I would come to this game. Just because we got into a disagreement doesn't mean I'm not gonna come to this game. Like, what? And so he's like, oh. And then he like looks at me, he looks at Beyonce, and then he looks at Allison, and particularly really Allison, because remember Allison said that's her best friend. And he goes, y'all know each other? How do y'all know, like, why do y'all know each other? And I'm just like, and she's like, yeah, we know each other. We're cool, we're friends. And I'm just like, red flag again, like, hold on now. So here I am, big did. Like, I'm literally texting Precious every second. Like, let me tell you, so I'm texting. And he was like, oh, so what are y'all doing after this? And she tells him, we're going to happy hour. And he's like, okay, well, I'll probably tell my mentor that I want to go there so I can see y'all there. And she's like, okay. So we leave. We all go to happy hour. Boom. We pull up to happy hour. I'm like, oh, $2 margaritas. Hey, $2. Yeah. I get so excited. Like, when I get back in the state, me and her both have to go and get some $2 margaritas. So we get there, and we heard Beyonce. Like, we order some stuff. We order some Mexican food, and of course the margaritas. And we're just sitting talking. Like, we're talking about all types of stuff. We're talking about like spring break. We're talking about, like, we're not even talking about him at first. Like, not at all. We talking about like all types of stuff. I'm asking Allison like about herself, like just really getting to know her. And he's there with his mentor, like not on the other side, but like where we can see him. Like, you know how like booths are? It's like a booth row right here, the walkway, and a booth row right here. So we're on this side, he's on this side, so we can like see him. And so he comes over. I guess he tells his mentor that, you know, his friends or whatever are here. So he comes over and he sits next to me, and like he's like all on me, like he's like leaning his head and stuff on me. And Allison's like, oh, like, so how long have y'all been talking? And so she's asking questions, and I'm just like, hold on now. I start to realize that Allison didn't know that I was talking to him at all. Like, she didn't even know. It dawns on me that she didn't even know that we were talking, and we've been talking for a while. So I'm just kind of like, what? Like, oh. I'm catching it. And so he's telling her, and she's like, okay, you know, like asking like questions and stuff. And it just really bothers me. Like, that bothers me, because I'm like, whoa, that doesn't, if you're someone's best friend, you would know who they're talking to. Like, you know what I mean? It'd be different if it wasn't like, if we just start talking, but we weren't just start talking, y'all. Like, we've been talking. Keep that in mind. So time goes on, and we're like, okay, we're going back to the place, or we're going back to his place, because I packed a bag to spend a night, because I wasn't about to like just go all the way to Florida State and then leave when I'm all the way in Georgia, like, you know. So I was like, okay, we go back to his place, and I was like, oh my gosh, nice meeting you, sis. You know, me and her exchanged numbers. Of course, I already had Beyonce's number, and we go back to his place, and it's getting later now. I don't know, like, time just goes by at his place, and I'm super tired, y'all. Like, when I say how long is this video? I'm so sorry. I'm gonna have to find a stopping point for part 2. So when I say I get super, super tired, I'm like tired. And I really just get his bed and stuff, and like we're in his bed chilling at first, and then I think I end up dozing off. I'm pretty sure, because all of a sudden, like, time just, it's like dark time now, so I'm like dozing off, like in and out of sleep, because I'm hella tired. And I wake up kind of, you know how you wake up in that like dazed state? So I wake up to his voice, because he's not in the bed anymore, and I wake up to his voice on the phone with somebody, and it sounds like one of his teammates. And he's talking, and like, it sounds like he's going somewhere. So he's literally in the bathroom, like getting ready, like he's like literally getting ready, like this man. He's like, okay, I'm about to take a shower. So I hear him like taking a shower. So I'm like dozing in and out of sleep at this point. Like, I think he takes a shower. Like, I wake up again. He's on his phone. Like, literally, like, you know when a man is a nigga's getting ready to go somewhere. Like, y'all know when a guy's getting ready to go somewhere, because they like start brushing their head, like they put their chain on, like they brushing their teeth, like, you know. So he's doing all of that, and so I was just like, where are you going? You know, like, I popped my head up, and I'm like, where are you going? And he's like, nowhere. And I'm just like, okay, like, what you gotta lie for? Like, I'm so, oh my gosh. So I'm like, okay. So I'm just sitting there, and because earlier I did tell Allison that me and him got into a disagreement. So she texted me and was like, are y'all good now? And I was like, yeah, we're good, sis. It's just that I think he's going somewhere. And then she was like, yeah, he probably is with his teammates out to this blah 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 party. And I was just like, So you thought that you was just gonna get ready while I was asleep and then just dip out and go out and not even tell, like, you get what I'm saying? Like, not even tell me, like, first of all, I'm a guest. I came all the way to your game to see you and do all this. If you was going to an organized party, you really could have invited me or told me or something. Like, you was just gonna get ready and then, like, act like I can't see you with the two eyes that God gave me. I can't see you with my 2 eyes that you're getting ready. Okay. So I text her, I'm like, okay, well, I'm like sitting here in my bed, like, well, not in my bed, I'm sitting here in his bed, like, falling asleep, and I see him getting ready, and he's telling me he's not going anywhere, but I can clearly hear that he's going somewhere. And she was like, yeah, girl, you want to come out with me? Like, so you're not just sitting there by yourself, because that's rude. That is rude. Any person, even any human being with a mind will know that's rude. And I was like, thanks, but I was kind of sad. I was like, thanks, but I didn't bring any clothes to go out, and I really just bought, like, the clothes that I came here with, and, like, because I usually sleep in his t-shirts and then the clothes to just leave or whatever in the morning. And she was like, girl, I got a closet. Child, I was like, me and this girl, I got, like, literally that is something that I would say to somebody else. So I'm like, yo, she is just like me, like, she's really nice. And so I was like, oh my gosh, like, okay. And she's like, yeah, just come to this place, because they both lived on campus. But like I said, like, I didn't know the campus that well, till, like, I didn't know where certain, like, dorms were in the campus, like certain apartments on campus. So she tells me to go to her apartment, and I'm like, okay, but I'm like confused. I'm like confuddled. And I'm like texting her, like, I'm like, okay, I don't know, da 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 da. So, like, he's still getting ready, he's picking out his outfit, y'all, but he's not going nowhere. That ain't no problem. He's not going nowhere, but he's picking out his outfit. Okay. So, oh child, yeah, it's gonna have to come to a stopping point once we get to this party. Picks out his outfit, and all of a sudden she's like, okay, I'll just come and get you, because, like, I know where he stays, which, I mean, granted, she's his best friend, so I would know that she knows where he stays, because I'm lost as hell. So she's knocking, she knocks at the door. Oh, no, before that, backtrack. Before that, I'm just laying in bed, like, texting her, like, I'm like laughing, like, you know how, like, you texting somebody, you laughing because y'all both saying stuff and sending the memes, like, it was like that. And he was like, what you laughing for? So he, like, gets in the bed and kind of, like, he doesn't, like, get in the bed, like, you know how he thought he was slick, he thought he was real slick. So he, like, kissed me, but he really kissed me not to really kiss me, but to see what I was doing with my phone. So it's like, you know, when you laying down and your phone is like this, and if someone were to come and, like, kiss you on the cheek or whatever, like, they could really see what you're doing on your phone. So it was kind of more like that, but I really didn't care because I wasn't doing nothing but texting her. So he sees that, and he was like, oh, so why you got her number? Like, he was getting mad. He was like, why you got her number? Red flag. Hella red flag. Flag on the play, y'all. Just hella red flags coming all the way. He's like, why you got her number, man? And I'm just like, what do you mean why I got her number? Because she's nice, and, like, we met each other and we're cool. And he was like, whatever. So he gets mad, like, this man, he has a attitude. And I'm just like, okay. So I text him, like, why this man mad that I got your number? LMAO. Like, just hella petty. It's just like, LMAO, okay. And he kept saying, like, okay, keep texting your best friend or whatever, since you think that's your best friend. So that's your best friend. And I'm just like, no, she's your best friend. Like, why can't I be her friend too? Like, because she's really nice. He was like, you don't need to be her friend. Time out, sir. Why are you that mad that I'm friends with the friend of yours that's a girl that really tells me she got some shit on you? And it's okay, because guess what? I'm gonna find out. This girl is very hospitable, and I know, female to female, if I met someone, even though it's not my business, I would be like, girl, I know I just met you, but let me tell you what your nigga out here doing. And I can tell that she's that type of person because she's very hospitable, you know? And it's like, she might not tell me then and there, but when we become more friends, and I'm not becoming her friend just for that, because she's actually very nice and really cool. And I knew Beyonce was like, yeah, you would really like her. I know y'all would like each other. I'm like, okay, that really tells me that she really got something on you. Like, why are you bucking? Not. She at the door. She like, open the, she at the door. And he goes, who's at my door? And so I go and open the door. And I'm like, hey girl. Like, I open, he's like, hey girl. She's like, hey girl. And he comes out with his boxers on, boxer briefs, okay? Y'all know how boxer briefs are. He comes out with boxer briefs on like this. Why he's stuttering again now. Why are you here? And she's like, I'm here to get my sis so we can go out. He was like, oh, so you going somewhere? And I'm like, yeah, because you're going somewhere and not inviting me. You think I'm gonna just sit in this, like, sit in here? He was like, but you said you was tired anyway. You said you was tired anyway. You know, go. Like, being super, like, passive aggressive, like, being just really rude and stuff. And I'm just, like, looking at him, like, is it crack? Is it crack you're smoking? So she's like, come on, sis. So we end up leaving. We go back to her place. And I'm like, she can tell that I'm very upset, like, by how he's acting. But she doesn't really say nothing. She's like, it's okay. Like, we're just going to go out. We're going to have a good time. Like, it's all right. Like, don't let him bother you. Don't let that bother you. Da-da-da-da. Even though it was rude. Like, she's just trying to, like, be, like, a good person, like, female to female, because, you know, like, every female has gone through something to where they're upset. So she's like, it's okay, you know, we're gonna go out and you're gonna have fun, like, you can have fun with me. And I'm like, you know, you're right, like, let me stop complaining. And she was like, yeah, go ahead and pick anything you want from the closet. And so I ended up picking a dress because, like, she's shorter than me, but I'm like, it's okay. She's like, well, this one is kind of, like, long too, so you can pick that. So we end up picking stuff out from the closet, and we end up just going to wherever the club, was it a club? I guess we could say club, bar/club. And we're at the bar/club, like, having a good time. And, like, I run into friends from, like, high school. I'm like, oh my gosh, like, hey. She's like, you know them? I'm like, they went to my high school. Like, just, like, running into other people that I haven't seen in a long time. And then we just like, oh, let's go upstairs. So we're like going upstairs or whatever, and upstairs has like a balcony or whatever. And so, like, we're like kind of dancing on the balcony, like, by the DJ, just having a good time, even though it's super hot. And in walked in him. So, like, the club/bar has, like, black lights. So, you know, whenever you have black lights, like, if you're wearing white or something super light, like, you really stick out. And, like, he's super tall because he plays basketball. And so in walks him and his team. Like, you can tell because, like, it's like everybody else and then them, like, they're big. And so one of his teammates, like, automatically comes in and sees me and her, because I'm tall too, like, I'm 6 feet. So it's like, you can see me. He sees me and her, and he literally points, like, he points at the balcony, like, we can see him. And I was like, look at, he's pointing at us. And so Judas, he nudges Judas and he points to tell him that we're here. And Judas just looks straight at me and just keep on doing whatever he do. Like, he looks straight at me, and her, like, in disgust, like, we were really out with each other. Like, he thought we was lying to him. And he's, like, in disgust, like, what the heck? Like, why are y'all out with each other? Like, he continues to do what it do. So, if you want to find out next what happens at this party with Judas, me, and Allison, find out on part 2.